Yo! So, it's been some time now since the Tears of the Kingdom latest trailer just dropped, and wow, I'm looking forward to unpacking some of this. Okay, this is going to be a raw reaction. I've avoided it for the last several days now, almost 2 weeks, because I was saving my first reaction to what I am aware of is a story trailer for YouTube, for you, the watcher. So thank you very much for your patience. I'm ready to dive into this. And also stay tuned, because I have a bit of an announcement at the end of this video. All right, so don't go anywhere. All right, don't click off when the reaction is done. We got a little something for you. All right, a little treat. But without further ado, let's get into this reaction. All right, so here we go. Trailer 3. I am not ready. I'm not ready. I'm aware of like absolutely nothing. Actually, now that I think about it, okay. All right. I don't know what else to say there. Ooh. That little jingle is gonna be used as a leitmotif. We got the Zonai folk over here. Ooh, there he is. Oh. Yeah, there it is. That's epic. The music is going crazy. Wow. Oh, they started rebuilding. Of course they did. What is that about? There's so much going on. I can't keep up. But I'm seeing more objects with like the Zonai like swirls in them. Oh. Oh, they're bringing back old armor sets. Oh, that's cool. Whoa! Was that like a ghillie suit? Who is that? I'm not ready for this.
Zelda, we rely on your knight and that legendary sword he carries. Our last line of defense will be Link.
Oh, wait a second.
Link.
Whose ashy ass hand is that? Oh, that's a cool little fusion. Ooh. Oh, wait a second. Who was that? Oh my god. Oh.
I know why I am here. It's something only I can do.
Ooh, that looks familiar.
Do not look away. You witness a king's
Oh my gosh.
revival and the birth of his new world.
There he is. Oh my god, I don't want to fight that. Ooh.
But you are not alone.
No way! They're gonna join us in battle?
You are our final hope.
That is so much. That is so much. That is wow. That is a lot. It's funny. It's funny that we got to see Sidon. Oh.
Link. You must find me.
Yeah, you know what? Say no more. You're gonna see me May 12th. I promise you. What? So get this, okay? I was literally, where is it? I was literally just talking about this. Where is it?
Okay, let's go.
But you are.
I was, funny enough, I was literally just talking about how in Breath of the Wild, like, you know, I mean, I know they're not champions themselves, but they basically, you know, they're the shoo-ins, right? They're the descendants or relatives of the previous champions. I was literally talking about how they, like, you know, aside from the assistance of actually getting you into each of the divine beasts, they don't, you know, they don't participate otherwise, right? Like they're really not a part of the of like the combat as a major example here. And so to see Sidon here in the sky throwing hands with, like, you know, Zonai, like archaisms or robots or whatever else they're going to be kind of like labeled as, is already nuts to me. Like, look at that. Geez, there was so much. Like, I'm wondering who this person is actually that puts their hand on Zelda's shoulder here. Like, who's talking there? Who is this, right? And I'm wondering, like, is there actually more to this body, or is this like mask that we're kind of seeing on what I'm envisioning as like a chest area actually like their head instead, and they're just kind of like the Hunchback of Notre Dame or something, you know? Like ooh, there is a lot here, and I now understand so much of the hype behind this trailer. Besides like the character reveals, there's a lot here. Like, look, there's a ship out here flying in the air. What is this about? Who does this belong to? I see that there appears to be, maybe it's either a bird or like some sort of like horse on like the on the front of it. So, you know, is it friend or foe? I imagine this is probably friend. That might actually belong to like the Rito, to be honest with you. And I thought this was neat. Like, what's going on here, you know? And obviously this is just to contribute to platforming and stuff, right? To kind of, you know, help you traverse these floating ruins. This was wild to me too. It's a small thing, but he's got like a wingsuit or like a ghillie suit here, and yeah, and then like where is this? There is so much here. There is so much here. It seems like horse combat might have improved. I imagine, like, in my head, I'm thinking, like, is this just like a hold action? Like, is he consuming stamina while charging up, like, you know, use of his weapon here? Or, because I don't think you could do this in Breath of the Wild, right? Like, run around, like, while on horseback, swing your weapon around like this. Regardless, this is wild. And that's another thing we saw too in this trailer. Blink and you miss it, but there are full-on like villagers. All of the races that are at least allied with Hyrule seem to be coming together, and they are fighting against these enemies. Speaking of more of these enemies, the Moblins here, you know, they also got a bit of a I don't want to, well, maybe I guess we can call it an upgrade. You know, they've got additional horns on their heads, so maybe if they're out of weapons, they'll, instead of like swinging their freaking size 15 feet around, they'll actually maybe try headbutting us too. And honestly, I'm not trying to live in a world where that's the reality, but we are here. This was something that caught my eye as well. The sand here in various places is like sinking. Now, I don't know if that's because of something, well, I mean, in general, I figure it's because of something Ganon's doing, right? Like, of course. But I'm like, is this like more directly caused by like an enemy? Like, are we gonna see enhancement to the Molduga? I love fighting Moldugas in Breath of the Wild, by the way. But are we gonna see enhancements to the Molduga? Are we gonna see different kinds of enemies that are, I guess, capable of creating giant freaking holes in the sand? And honestly, actually, let's kind of watch a little bit of that. The sand there is moving. So those are pits. Then I see these. There were a bunch more of these here in the trailer as well, and I'm wondering what the purpose of them is going to end up being. Like, are they quick gateways to the sky? Are they going to be replacing the shrines? I don't know if we've received any sort of confirmation on that. I've been very, very partial with the information I decide to receive about this game, because of course, like, even though I'm watching these trailers, I do also want as little detail as possible. It's weird. Don't ask questions. Just accept it as it is. And then there's this giant swirling like tornado or whatever, or like clouds in the sky. Where is that over, actually? I don't like that. That definitely does not look like Death Mountain, so that's got to be over something or somewhere else. Maybe over the Rito village, because of course that would make the most sense, given that's, you know, where Rivali's from and the Rito are there. It also kind of reminds me of that one, like, I think similar tornado vortex, like, cloud area in Skyward Sword. I forget which major character was in there though. It was basically like a giant fish. You Zelda fans, you know which one I'm talking about. And then there was the reveal of Ganondorf. Where is he? Where are you, Ganondorf? Here you are. Look at him. He's got one freaking sleeve, of course. He is no longer you know, old and dead looking and ashy. Like, he's got his full test back. Yeah, he's gonna kill us. I'm gonna tell you right now. That's it. Who is this? I'm curious. They kind of remind me of Teba, but like, you know, Teba's a fully grown Rito. And speaking of the Molduga, here are the Molduga. I saw this image, this screenshot of this individual right here floating around, and I think a lot of people are sort of like hypothesizing that this is Zelda or Hylia, which actually, in now that I'm looking at her again properly, makes perfect sense, because we saw Zelda, what is it, later or earlier in this trailer, and she is, yeah, it's right here in this thumbnail. I'll get back to that spot in a second, but this little oh my gosh, I guess it's kind of like a tear here. I forget what the actual symbol is. It's like an amber, isn't it? I think in Skyward Sword, like this item resembles like the one of the ambers, one of the common items that you can get for crafting. She's also using light to blast away these Moldugas, right? But then like we go back in the trailer and we see Zelda holding this. So clearly this has got to be some sort of like links to the ancestry. Looking closer at it, we see the markings as well, so that also means it is most definitely not just an amber like I was describing. And again, it has a similar shape, like that similar like sort of like tear shape, but you know, of course it's not, there's no way it's a common item. Yeah, and Zelda's wearing the same outfit as her and everything. This is gonna be a lot. And I really wonder what's going to, like, what else is going to be different now that we have an active like Zelda in this world too. That was one of my things about Breath of the Wild, because I remember an early interview, or reading about an early interview about Breath of the Wild with Aonuma-san, and he said something along the lines of your choices or things like that impacting how Zelda sort of responds to you, Link, or the player character. And so I'm wondering if that idea is going to take shape and effect here. Now that Zelda is, you know, again, she's present, right? Like, she is probably going to be traveling along with us, or in other places of the world, maybe traveling sort of kind of like adjacent to us. We'll be in one spot, she'll be in another. And we can, of course, like routinely like check on her if we're not directly protecting her as often as possible, which, considering Link is going to be running around in these sky areas, I do doubt, of course, is going to be the case. But yeah, that was Tears of the Kingdom's story trailer, I suppose. Unbelievable. Like, I cannot wait for this release, but I do believe it is time for me to get into the announcement that you're probably waiting for at the end of the video. So, as we know, the game releases on May 12th, 2023. That is less than a month away as of right now. And when that day comes, I'm going to be getting the game. I'm going to do an unboxing of the collector's edition for that game, and I'm going to be live streaming it for 24 hours over on my Twitch channel. I'll be sure to, of course, to provide you a link, and you're more than free to join us with that. All right, I would love to have Eddie and all of you around for the 24-hour stream. We are going to try and unpack as much of the game as we can within the first 24 hours of it being released, or I guess a little more. The stream will start at around 4 p.m. Eastern, so make sure you do some conversions. I know if you're on the West Coast, that is 1 p.m. for you. If you're in the UK, that is around 9 p.m. for you. So I know it's a little late, and I apologize that you may miss the beginning of the game. But yes, I'll be live then. And of course, you're all invited. Would love to see you stop on by whenever you can. But that's going to be it for me. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and listening to my thoughts and my rambling. And I'll see you in the next one. All right? I cannot wait for this game to come out. And I'm sure I'm going to be doing some talking about Zelda very, very soon.